Picture this. You feel irritable and overwhelmed and anxious about your life. You're always late to things, you procrastinate on the things that you say you're going to do, you fall behind on your schedule, and you feel tired even after 8 hours of sleep. You think to yourself, if I only had more time, I would be more organized. That's not true. You know that's not true. If any of us had more time, we just continue to fill it and fill it and fill it until it was full again. We'd need to get organized again and say, oh, I just wish I had more time. That's probably why you're watching. You know you don't need more time. You need to organize the time that you do have better. Well, organizing is not exactly as simple as it might sound. Picture an air traffic control operator. It'd be fine if they were super organized and they're really on time with calling planes and saying who's going to land where. The problem is, what if their equipment isn't even plugged in? Does it matter how organized they are? Does it matter how good they are at their job if what's going on around them isn't even working? Let me put it this way. You can be as organized as you want, and if your equipment isn't working, if the things around you aren't working, if you're not living for the right things, you're never going to be organized. You might be organized as a person, your life will still be a total mess. You need to set up the things around you because that's going to help that organized person inside you actually organize your life. You're probably not a mess. You probably actually know how to organize things really well. Most humans do. We're built to recognize patterns. We're built to recognize messes. We're built to sort things. But when it's overwhelming and when we don't actually know the direction we should be doing those things, it feels like we're unorganized. It feels like we're a mess that can't get things together. But if you can figure out what you need to do in order to use that organization muscle, you will be in a great place. You'll start to feel naturally more organized. Things will start to flow better and make sense. But again, it's going to be very hard to do this if you do not do it properly. For instance, you're not going to be more organized by prioritizing useless things. You don't need 10 more scheduling tips on how to get better there. What you need to do is stop doing so many pointless things. Think about your life for a second. What do you actually want? What do you actually want? You have to answer that question. And do you want to live for complaining about things for the rest of your life? Do you want to not be able to do difficult things when they come up? You need to answer that question and put everything else in the garbage. For example, I want to be a better person. I want to be more humble. I want to love my wife more. I want to love God more. I want to deepen my character. And so I want all these things, and I go and numb out on TikTok and scroll. No, I don't do that. Of course not, because that has nothing to do with what I want. So I'm not going to spend my time doing something that's completely unrelated to what I want. Instead, I actually do the things that make me more humble. I actually do the things that make me love my wife more. You see, the problem here is that we as a society don't actually do the things that we want. Instead, what we want in life over here does not line up at all with what we actually do in life. That's a huge problem. That's why you can't be organized, because you cannot do two completely separate things in your mind and in your actions. To become more organized, you have to do the things that line up with your actual desires. Don't online shop for 3 hours. Don't watch the same movie for the 10th time. Actually do the things that will make you grow as a person, if that's what you want. When you start to do those things, your life lines up. Everything in you aligns itself. Suddenly your mind isn't warring against itself. You're not battling yourself anymore because you're doing one thing and saying one thing. You're not doing one thing and saying another. But chances are you do that and you still feel disorganized. You've aligned your priorities and you've stopped wasting time with pointless things. But it's not working. Why? Well, it's because you probably have too many things, if I'm being honest. I don't even know you, and you probably have too many things. You have too many things in your room, too many things in your living space, in your house, your apartment, whatever it might be. We all do. That's the reality of today. We collect so many things and it crowds our space physically, but also mentally. For example, I used to keep clothes that I had since high school, 8, 9, 10 years ago, for no reason. I didn't wear them at all. They didn't even fit or look good, but I kept them maybe because it was easier to keep them than to let go. Or maybe because I had emotional attachments to them that I didn't really need anymore. Maybe we're scared of letting go, and maybe it's gotten to the point where we don't even see the mess at all. Maybe we've lost sight of the mess in our lives because it's become so common to us. We're so comfortable in it. And it's time to change that. Let me say it this way. If you have to organize your things, you probably have too many things. We don't need to be organizing what we have. We need to have things that naturally organize because we don't have a million things. It's tough enough to already organize what I talked about earlier. It's hard enough to align what you do with what you say, let alone organize every physical thing around you as well. We're busy people. Life is hard. You can't do multiple things at once that are really, really difficult. If you want to line up your life, you need to pick one. Either you align yourself as a human being and get rid of your mess, or you're going to spend all your time trying to manage this mess that's pouring on top of you and creating chaos in your living space. Look, get rid of the things that are filling up your plate. You don't need them. There are a lot of things you don't need, and if you really look, you don't need clothes from 10 years ago. You don't even need newer clothes as much as you do. Get rid of some of these things, and your life will start to be more organized naturally. You won't need to organize at all because you'll be organized just by clearing the space around you. But there is one more point. You've cleared out your mind, you're living for one thing, you've emptied out your closet from skeletons, you've cleared all of those things out. You're still not organized. What's going on? What's going on is quite simple. We've organized the present, but we haven't organized the future. You're a human being. You have to plan for going forward as well. You probably have work, you probably have school, you probably have things that you said you would do this week, 4 months ago, 2 years ago that you still haven't done. Well, here's the truth. The culmination of being organized comes from doing the things you have to do. What you need to do today is sit down, write a to-do list, and write every single thing you need to do. Write every single thing that you said you would do 6 months ago. And here's the tough part. Sit down and do them one by one. Go through one by one and do every single one of the things on that list. Many of those things are going to be things you don't want to do. Fair. They've been there for probably months, and a lot of them are unpleasant, and a lot of them are hard, and that's where you haven't done them. That's exactly why you need to do them. If you want to be organized, this is the culmination. This is where everything comes together. You're living for one thing. You've cleaned out your whole life, and now you have to do the things you said you're going to do. Do the things you have to do. Look, if you really don't want to do them, here's one more piece of advice. Write them down anyways, count to 10, pick the first thing on that list, and do it. You will feel lighter. You will feel better about yourself because you're going to get motivation from doing that. You're going to actually get things done in your life, and you won't need to organize anymore because your brain won't be holding 50 million things for you to do because you've done them all. You're free. You're clear. You can live your life the way you want to now, meaningfully with purpose because you've cleared off everything else. If you do these things, your life will start to flow like water. Your mind and your belongings and your days will grow beautiful gardens of clarity and peace. So take the advice I've given you. Listen to how to become organized, because it's not as simple as adding 10 more things to your schedule or 10 more things to your calendar or setting alarms for when you're going to do things. You need to completely change your life. You need to do it differently than you've been doing it. And just make sure you watch carefully for, once you've done these, if any little monsters come and try and steal what you've built up, the organization that you've created, they're going to try and disorganize you. They're going to try and take away from what you've done. It'll come in the form of little messes. They'll sneak in there, you won't notice them, and it will probably come in the form of distractions, trying to get you to live for things that don't really matter to you. It's going to come in the form of unfinished tasks. Stop putting things in your brain. Write them down and do them when you say you're going to do them. Keep watch for those monsters and encourage the people you love to do the same. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments if anything resonated with you. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.